Hey guys, it's been about 5 months since I made a video, and the reason is because I didn't want to make these videos because I felt like the topic God was giving me was the topic of sex. And honestly, who wants to post on social media for hundreds of people to see your thoughts and views on sex? It's kind of awkward. So I've avoided it, and yet I'm here at home for this week, and I felt like God saying, go there. So today I didn't have any notes I made. I'm just speaking candidly, and I hope it encourages you. And the first topic I want to talk about is the question of why. Why does sex have so much power and influence over our hearts and minds? I mean, part of it's like biological, you know what I mean? We all have biological urges to eat and sleep and go to the bathroom and all these. These are biological things. But they don't have the same influence over us. Like, women do not go and read romance novels about cheeseburgers. And guys do not lurk on their computer screens looking for pictures of pillows and people sleeping because they crave that void of sleeplessness. No, there's something else going on with sex. And the Bible actually says that sex is like a well that we can go to for refreshment. It says that in Proverbs. And the question is, sometimes that desire for that refreshment is so powerful. And what's going on in here, really? And what I feel like I've learned is that sex combines so much into one act. We have a desire for validation, for someone to say who we are. And we have a desire for love and for intimacy and connection and oneness. We were actually created for relationship. Everywhere we go, every song, every movie we watch is about relationship. And sex combines all these desires of our heart into one act. When another person is naked with me and they accept me and my body and the two become one, there is like a lightning rod power in that it validates us in a form and it gives us acceptance. The problem for me is, for years I went to pornography as a form of worship. We were actually created for worship as well. And so many men out there worship boobs more than they worship the God that created them. And when I start worshiping women, and I've had seasons where I wanted a woman's love more than I wanted God's love. When I go there, it messes with my heart big time. And but the truth is, we were created for worship. The old English marriage vow says, with my body, I thee worship. So there's a form of worship in sex. And it's the way the Bible talks about it is God will make this one exception that we can worship something other than Him through our bodies in a marriage relationship because it's a form of the love that we experience with Him. You're like, no, that is so weird. I promise you, I've been living celibate for a few years now. I mean, completely celibate. And my sex life is better now than in any other season of my life. And I don't have any sex. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. It's because this void in my heart, this deep void for love and validation and acceptance has already been filled. I have a deep personal relationship with Jesus. And the time that I spend with Him in quiet time is so personal and deep that it fills this giant void in my heart. So I don't need that right now, even though I want it. I'm not saying I never have sexual desires and want to get married and have a sexual relationship with my wife. Of course I do, but it's like a supplement. It's like an apple after I eat the sandwich and everything else, or a vitamin on top of the rest of my diet. It's the supplement, but my deepest need has already been filled by the Lord. God has told me who I am. A woman can't tell me that. And if I look to a woman to tell me who I am, it'll eventually crush me. And the love I'm going to receive from my wife is going to be amazing. But it's not my primary source of love and acceptance and connection. I've already received it. So I think that when we can go to the Lord in worship, primarily as our primary source of love, it fixes our hearts so that our other sexual relationship could be so much better. That's the point. Because when I need a person as my primary source for connection and love, she will eventually get crushed by me. As C.S. Lewis said, that form of love, where that person replaces God, will eventually become a complicated form of hatred. So true. How many relationships are just People go cycling through one after. They're searching for God. Let's be honest with you. And it's all in our hearts. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. We're searching for love, but we first have to find it in the Lord, and it fixes everything else. Then that well that we drink from with our wife or our husband, that well tastes so much sweeter. So this is weird stuff. I'm speaking without notes. I'm just speaking randomly, but I hope that encourages you, because it's truth. I'm telling you, and I've experienced it. Man, I want to have an amazing sexual relationship with my wife someday. But man, I am already filled. I am good because I know the Lord and He's in me and with me. So I hope you guys have that relationship with Him too. So we'll see you next time here on Soul Grow.